ATM says 1-877-586-7297. Straight out to the Lion's Den. We're going to talk to an aviation expert in just a second. But first, I'm going to start with Adam Thompson, criminal defense. What do you think of this conspiracy theory that this plane was hijacked, landed somewhere safely, and is then going to be repurposed and taken off into the sky as some sort of weapons delivery system targeting maybe a major American city or something like that?
You have to give this credence, because in this day and age, we could track almost anything. You can look from space and see a license plate. We track asteroids. We track almost anything in the air to perfection. How do we lose an airplane? So you have to be worried that this terrorist that might have taken over this plane can refuel it where it could travel almost anywhere. I can tell you right now, Israel is on the highest alert that they could be on with this exact possibility. So what do we do if we see it coming towards the U.S.? We going to take the chance and let this plane come and land or crash somewhere, possibly with a nuke on board? We got to really prepare.
Well,
and
let me
really
say
consider
this. Let me say this. There's a whole lot of people who hear this theory and say, oh, that's crazy. Come on, it's far-fetched. Why are you even talking about that? You know what? I hope it's out of the realm of possibility. But we got to remember 9/11. Before 9/11, the idea of a coordinated terrorist attack using 4 hijacked commercial passenger jets directed at 4 different famous American targets, and I'm considering Tower 1 and 2 as 2 different targets, it would never have entered our minds, except as a movie script. You know, so I got to go to Lisa Lockwood before we get to our expert and tell you, do you think this is so crazy, or is this something we really got to consider?
Oh, I actually think the government has thought about this. And look at different national governmental contingency plans. If an aircraft comes into radar zone and it's not authorized, there's no transponder, most governments are trained to take out that aircraft. Some of them will have national security go out there and try to guide it into another area. But in this particular case, because of the fact that it's been missing, I believe that if it shows up, it will be taken out.
Listen, there are so many people searching for this plane right now, by air, by sea, and it's lost without a trace. I mean, they're searching the size of the United States. If it crashed, experts saying there would have had to have been some debris somewhere. Listen to this.
Most of the aircraft would probably sink, but there are parts of the aircraft that would float, whether now or in a short period of time from now. I think you're going to see some debris coming to the surface that either through serial number or through paint, you'll be able to determine that it was this aircraft.
Oh, we're delighted to have noted aviation expert Jim Tillman with us tonight. Now, Jim, here's the thing, 11 days of searching and nada. Do you think it's possible hijackers could have landed this plane somewhere and found a runway that just off the beaten path that nobody seems to know about? Is that a possibility?
Yes, it's a possibility, and most people say remote, but so is almost everything else we've heard in terms of scenarios. They're all remote. This whole thing is so bizarre until who can say what makes good common sense and what doesn't?
I agree with you, and I got to relate an experience that happened to me many years ago. I was in a small plane, a prop job. Actually, I think it was an amphibian. And somebody was taking me on a flight to Upper Captiva Island. And they started to land. I said, wait a second, where is the runway? What are you doing? And it was kind of a joke that he played on me. And Jim, it was a runway, but you couldn't see it from the air. It was disguised. It was like a grassy runway, and you couldn't really tell it was a runway. I know this is not a small prop job, but could something like that exist?
Well, there's so many abandoned airfields throughout that area from World War II and afterwards. It could find a place to go. Look, you know, there are 2 or 3 approaches to this. One says that this was a well-planned, well-thought-out, well-practiced, very skillfully carried out situation. And it was a plan from the very beginning, before they even took off. Another plan has an approach which says, well, no, there was something catastrophic that happened to create all of these things that we are talking about. We have to be able to know a little bit more, and we've been getting some very bad information all along throughout this investigation.
I agree, and you know, you got to wonder, I've heard so much about the pilot and the co-pilot, I'm wondering about the flight attendants. I mean, if anybody has access to that plane after the pilot and the co-pilot, I'm talking about the cockpit, it's the flight attendants. And, you know, I see it, I fly a lot, I see that, yes, the doors are more reinforced now after 9/11, presumably also on this airline. I would like to double check that. But these pilots come out to go to the bathroom. They come out and they chat with the flight attendants. I've seen it happen myself with my own eyes. So they know they would have the opportunity perhaps to get inside that cockpit. On long flights, these pilots do go out and they use the bathroom. Let's go to the phone lines. Coffee, D.C., what's your theory? Coffee, are you having a cup of coffee? Or are you going to talk to us? Okay, Coffee, talk to us.
Huh?
Coffee, what's your theory, dear?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What would you like to tell us tonight? We're live on the air.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem.
I want to tell you that, by the way, Jay Velez, I love you.
Thank you.
I think the plane got swallowed by a vortex.
Swallowed by a vortex. Well, you know, there are outlandish conspiracy theories. There's, you know, the Bermuda Triangle theory, the alien abduction theory. The reason why this caught my eye, Kimberly Priest Johnson, criminal defense attorney, is that this is the first theory that is scary and ominous, but is not ridiculous. It's not a vortex theory, and no offense to, I hope Coffee from D.C. keeps watching, but it's not just swallowed by a vortex, Bermuda Triangle, on the lost TV show island, taken by aliens. This is an actual scenario, and I think that we have to open our minds to crazy possibilities for our own defense, because before 9/11, if I had said to you 3 days before 9/11, something like that's going to happen, 4 hijacked planes with something like 19 hijackers taking commercial jets into the World Trade Center 1 and 2 and in the Pentagon, and then aiming for another location in Washington, D.C., you probably would have called me crazy, right?
Yes, I would have. Look, this is the era that we live in, and this is a plausible theory that we should take seriously. And I agree with Lisa. I think that our defense and security divisions, not only in the U.S., but around the world, are doing just that. We have to have a plan, you know, in the event that this did happen. And I can very honestly see terrorists using this plane to either destroy the actual passengers or even worse, a lot more people.
If this plane still does exist, what should happen when it goes back up in the air, if it ever goes back up in the air? If we're confronted by that plane, should we shoot it down? Should we ask who's on board? Are some of the innocent people who were last on that plane still on board? Stay right there. This is a scary conspiracy theory that should make us all think.
Let's face it, life happens on your wood floors. So to keep them beautiful, trust Bona for quick and easy everyday cleaning, long-lasting shine, and a lifetime of protection. Bona, recommended by professionals since 1919.
Phone companies charge me about $30 a month for my home phone service. Vonage charges $24.99 a month. Magic Jack offers unlimited local and long-distance calls